Good morning and a warm welcome from my side to this year's Procura Plus Awards. We are here together celebrating the awards once again in an online format. And I would like to have a warm welcome to all finalists of the awards that are joining today here on screen live, and also the jury members of this year's awards. And of course, dear audience joining via YouTube and joining us in this celebration of an award scheme that has been there for a couple of years, 7, 8 years that we are running the Procura Plus Awards with a strong support of the whole Procura Plus network, with a strong support by the European Commission, strong support by international organizations, competence centers, regions, cities, smaller towns. It's so much appreciated that you join us every year again, celebrating outstanding, successful running public procurements in the field of sustainable innovation, circular procurement, ICT procurement, and initiatives, clever ideas, how to make this work on a day-to-day basis at your public authority. Again, this year we received many entries, more than 25 entries for the awards there, and every one was outstanding. But of course, we are running an award scheme and we had to narrow it down to the winners. But I would like to say thank you to all that participated, that shared the stories, and they will not be lost. We will publish them on our websites, smaller editions, bigger editions, the stories behind the Procura Plus Awards, the winners, runners-ups, honorable mentions, entry, finalists will be all kept. So Procura Plus Awards really value the direct implementation of public procurement, of the implementation of a policy, a strategy, direct procurement actions that had interesting elements in their new methods, new approaches, or outstanding achievements and targets, such as contributing to climate change mitigation and adaptation measures, or responding to crises like we are today, still in pandemic models. These type of things would not have possible without strong support also here at ICT. So I'm really glad that today we are joined here also by many colleagues from ICT who supported the whole setup of the awards. It's a great team that I have the pleasure to work here. And it's namely Josephine Hinz, who was running the award scheme at the beginning of this year, Mara Inzaina, who really coordinated the whole process of the ceremony. Thank you very much for this. Vera Noppenberger for the backup support, basically supporting us with all kinds of communication, technical issues, being a creative mind in there. And Jon Jonowski, of course, also supporting us as we speak with the whole communication setup. The Procura Plus Awards are again, I think it's in the 4th year, jointly organized together with the Procure to Innovate project that is funded by the European Commission. So it's also really great to see this collaboration happening on a practical implementation-based project level. You'd switch nearly all of you switch on your cameras, which is great. So a warm invite again, if you have a camera, please switch it on, because we will try to make it as personal as possible, right? I know a face always helps with this. And of course, at the end, we will also take a group picture. So why at the end? Because some items may have changed the owners. Currently, it's still in boxes. We sent out the trophies via postal services. You should have received them. You should have people at hand for opening at the right time, not before. It's like with Christmas, right? No, don't open them before. And unlucky. Sometimes also postal services are not in our favor, but we tried our best. Maybe not every single parcel did arrive on time, unfortunately, but should there. I'm also joined today by our delighted jury members that are here. Some of you are here for a couple of years already, looking at the entries and ranking them and trying to understand their stories and getting fascinated about their stories. And today also, and that's a big thanks to you, telling why they have won something here today. So let me introduce Erika Bosai. She is a senior policy advisor at the Infrastructure and Public Procurement Division of the OECD. Thank you for joining today, Erika. We have also Johanna Enberg, Swedish National Agency for Public Procurement is her working place. Unfortunately, today she will not be with us live, but she recorded a couple of findings and perspectives and words that we will display later on. Katharina Napton-Vierlich, who is the head of unit at DG GROW, European Commission. A warm welcome to you. Having you here is such a great support. Thanks for having joined the jury. Last but not least, Mark Hitzen, my colleague, Global Director at ICT's Sustainable Procurement Center. Great to have you here today. Thanks. So let me try to invite you once again, of course, with the video cam. That's the last time I ever said it. And yeah, basically, maybe one of you is also curious about to hear what actually did happen. So we have 4 categories of the Procure Plus Awards. We have the Procurement Initiative of the Year. We have the Innovation Procurement of the Year. We have Outstanding Innovation in ICT Procurement. I think this comes very timely in times of COVID-19. And also the Sustainable Procurement of the Year. We will go through each of those categories in a second, and we'll there announce the winners and runners up and honorable mentions that we give out there. And for each of those sections, some of the jury members will say a couple of words. The winners and runners up are also invited to provide a quick speech, a 1-minute speech after having received their awards. So, drum roll. I don't know if I can do this somehow with the sound effects. Drum roll. We go into the first category, Procurement Initiative of the Year. There we have all kinds of good ideas around public procurement, around strategic procurement. It can be very focused on only innovation procurement. It can be a broad policy scheme. It's really an open category where we closely look at, okay, what was the actual impact? The impact of change in an organization, the impact of change in a process, the new development of a tool that is outstanding, these type of things. In this year, we have 2 finalists, City of Helsinki and the Province of Zeeland. City of Helsinki is in Finland, Province of Zeeland is in the Netherlands. And I will briefly explain what basically they were handing in. The City of Helsinki handed in a project they are running. It's called Towards Carbon Neutral Municipalities and Region, Kanemure. There they use carbon footprint criteria promoting sustainable public procurement. At the Province of Zeeland, they established their first sustainable procurement plan 2021 to 2024, which embedded the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and was made in co-creation with relevant stakeholders. So, without any further ado, I would like to invite Johanna Enberg from the Swedish National Agency for Public Procurement to announce the winner in this category.
The winner of the category Procurement Initiative of the Year is the province of Zealand. The UN Sustainable Development Goals is guiding the work towards a better and more sustainable world. The province of Zealand committed to having 7 of the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, to be their compass in their new Sustainable Public Procurement Action Plan. With this ambitious action, they managed to raise internal awareness, reorganized their procurement process, and increased collaboration among departments by using Sdg dialogues. Those incorporated the valuable contributions from NGOs, policy officers, buyers, suppliers, and other relevant stakeholders. The jury recognized the involvement of this large number of different actors as very positive. Once more, it shows the importance of following a participatory approach with transparency and a great sense of ownership by stakeholders. They are a great example of how sustainability can be integrated in public procurement, and we hope they inspire others to do the same.
Thank you very much, Johanna Enberg, for joining us today virtually. I got a message that the sound was not understood. Was this for everyone or just could you hear the video?
I could hear it.
Could hear it? Okay. I checked YouTube. Also, the audience at YouTube, I think we were able to hear this too. So we should not have major things. So thank you very much, dear colleagues, Martin and colleagues. You're the winner in this category. And of course, the floor is now yours to say a couple of words.
Yeah, thank you, Philip. We are very happy, of course. I would like to thank everyone who contributed to our sustainability plan and the work that has been done for subscribing. And of course, your organization of the Procura Plus Awards. Thank you for that. I would also like to thank the jury for this verdict. And it's an honor to be among the front runners in Europe. Our organization is committed to make impact on sustainability and setting a good example. Using sustainable development goals developed by the United Nations to discuss the impact can be made, but also clarify and make the market think along with us how they can help and do maybe something extra. It's something that makes social responsible procurement more accessible and understandable. We have developed this method and made it available for everyone who wants to apply the SDGs in purchasing. And a prize and nomination is something that helps to attract attention so that more people will consider whether it is a good method and they can help them to purchase more sustainable. Yeah, and I would like to say the sooner the better, because there's no time to lose. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martin Champanese, Senior Procurement Policy Specialist at the province of Zealand, the Netherlands. I sincerely hope that Royal Dutch Postal Services do collaborate intensively with German postal services, and that the trophy will be there in a couple of minutes. That you can have it for the final photo. If not, of course, we keep tracking it and keep in touch on this. Unfortunately, that was a case where it didn't arrive. Thanks. And of course, the runner-up. The runner-up, basically, we only have winners here. So runner-up is also a winner. And it's, of course, now clear it's Helsinki. But we also have from Johanna Enberg a laudatio recorded for the runner-up. So once again, Vera, video. Thanks.
Runner-up of the category Procurement Initiative of the Year is the city of Helsinki. The city of Helsinki, being the largest operator engaging in public procurement in Finland, is very committed to fighting climate change. In 2019, they started a new procurement initiative to reduce the carbon footprint of public services through public procurement. With 9 different pilots, they implemented climate-smart procurement methods, which laid their solid basis on market dialogue and exchange with procurement experts. Their initiative is a good example of how to reduce emissions in areas with the highest potential. It is very positive that the procurements are carefully documented and that the aim is to share experiences with others. In the end, it was successfully leading to the development of several tools with high replicable potential.
Thank you so much for your laudatio, Johanna. Really appreciate it. And I think it speaks for itself, the intensity, the quality of our winners in the Procure Plus awards. And I'm looking forward to hear really more from you. I know that Laura Wallin, Head of Unit Environmental Protection, is joining us today here. Laura, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Philip, and thank you for the network on behalf of the city of Helsinki for granting us of this award. It's really a recognition for our work, and especially to the work of the sustainable procurement experts that we have who have worked on this project, namely Reetta Huomo, Satu Turula, Hanne-Mari Juvonen. In the team led by Markus Lukin, Satu and Markus are online with us today. And of course, our procurement colleagues in the general department who have supported us and have taken our ideas on board for this project. This whole Canemure effort is embedded in our strategic aims, so to speak, because the new city strategy of Helsinki really sets the SDGs as our framework for any development in the city. And we also have very ambitious climate targets now to be carbon neutral by 2030 and a zero carbon city by 2040. So this all works towards that. And you already heard about the project, which is still running until 2024 by the LIFE program funding from the EU. What we still want to do is to scale up our experiences. We have now completed the piloting phase, and when we scale up to this and to expand to all procurement, we think that we really can make a difference. And as already mentioned by Johanna, sharing our experiences in national networks and on international arenas like this is a big part of the work, because we can only get better by learning and sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you very much for your kind words and also mentioning who else was involved in there. So it's a team effort from Helsinki. That's greatly appreciated. You mentioned also there the international recognition, and of course one of the smaller parts of the prize includes case study development by ICLEI. So you won your case study, you won also your further promotion globally via the ICLEI network, and we kept in touch with you. Unfortunately, also we have to work on the relationship of Finnish postal services with German postal services. So if I'm not mistaken, also your package did not arrive on time there. Maybe in the next minutes, maybe later, we will see, and I do hope that you get your prize timely also. So that was the first category, right? So first out of 4. I hope you enjoy it. The audience, if you have your coffee cups ready, then basically that's good. Stay hydrated. That's famous saying always in online meetings nowadays. We go into the next category. It's called Innovation Procurement of the Year. When we're talking about innovation, a couple of years ago here at ICLEI, we had interesting discussion. What do we mean with innovation? Maybe 15 years ago. Is this the innovation of a procedure or innovation by itself, or is the procedure generating some innovation? So, and how does this link to procurement? I think these type of discussions a long time ago, and we know what we're talking about. We know about the potential of the public sector to innovate, to find new solutions, to use also the public procurement schemes available, innovation partnerships, pre-commercial procurement, and so on in an effective way. And we have been proven by many, many European projects in the past decade that this is happening. So I'm very delighted to have also some innovation procurement actors today here. And of course, this is support and strong embedment into the Procure to Innovate project. I think we have interesting stories to tell here. In these categories, we have two finalists, Santiago de Compostela City Council from Spain, and the Supreme Audit Office of the City of Prague, Czech Republic. This category recognizes outstanding innovation, and I want to give you again a quick introduction, what stories you can expect here. Santiago de Compostela handed in their Smart Tiago project, which seeks to develop innovative solutions to solve problems related to public services in the field of mobility, in the field of lighting, and in the field of urban waste. And this in particular relation to a heritage city. So, yeah, we all know, maybe we all know that it's not that straightforward sometimes to renovate or to change certain things, to put solar panels, for instance, on the roof of a building in heritage cities. So interesting focus there. And we also have the colleagues from Prague joining us, the Supreme Audit Office, also a building, of course, of the city of Prague. And they did the construction of its first headquarters, reusing a brownfield site and aiming at building with the lowest life cycle costs. Life cycle costing is a topic in itself that's very important to take into account, also when we take a further view on the cost of externalities. So I'm very interested in hearing those stories develop and further other replication cities or approaches happening over Europe from those stories. But we are here today to announce a winner and a runner-up, right? So I would like to warmly invite Katarina Napton-Vierlich, Head of Unit, DG Grow, European Commission, to announce the winner in the category Innovation Procurement of the year 2021. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Philip. Thank you for everybody attending here today. It's been indeed fascinating to be part of the jury for all the categories, because it gives us so much insight in how you can make procurement in more innovative, the results of the procurement and the process, both of it together, and how you can actually be more sustainable, but the sustainable part's not as a specific object. Here we have two finalists whose object was to achieve sustainability through innovation procurement. So bundling the two together. And I believe that's actually the case in 90% of the procurements that try to use innovation procurement methods and results. That what they try to seek is an innovation that helps us in the dual transition, that helps us get on track with our climate ambitions. And so we've all been very highly excited when we were to open all the proposals and choose finalists and winners and runners-up. The choice was very difficult. The final winner, according to the jury, for the innovation procurement is indeed Santiago de Compostela's City Council.
Great, thank you. And I have good news. A parcel should be next to you.
Well, never trust the Belgian or German postal services. But to my experience, the Belgian are worse than the German, so it's good that it's been sent from the German ones. What we found particularly interesting in the proposal of Santiago de Compostela was looking at several challenges at the same time and trying to find an integrated solution without sort of bundling all together in a way that wouldn't do justice to the different needs that Santiago de Compostela had. So you tackled heritage conservation, waste management, transport in the city, and lighting. Lighting is actually a permanent issue in most towns in a way that we found particularly interesting and inspiring for others, with a great focus on reducing the emissions, on reducing the cost in terms of monetary cost, but in terms of climate costs, substantially, especially in the project on how to deal with solid waste management in a city like Santiago. I've never been there, but the photos I see always bring me back to the fact that I should attempt walking there. I still haven't decided for how many kilometers I'm going to do it. And also by identifying ways of getting the mobility smarter than it actually is, to ensure compliance with all the access and non-access requirements that such a city needs in order to survive as a heritage city and not be bogged down by traffic. And finally, the ornamental lighting, which seems like a simple thing. You put a light, well, you put some lighting somewhere, but if you're talking of a heritage city, it also means integrating that into heritage facades. It means not just putting a 70s style big round thing over the light, but it means way more complicated doings. And having done that through innovation procurement with intensive market consultations, then partially with pre-commercial procurement, partially with other innovation procurement methods, also showed to us how you as a city adapted your procurement to each of the different situations. And that has particularly convinced us, and that's why we're at want to award you the winner award of the Innovation Procurement of the Year. So thank you very much for entering the competition.
Thank you so much for your kind words also. Dear colleagues at Santiago de Compostela, if you have the means to open the package, you can do it and show the trophy on screen. You are kindly invited to do so. I would like to hand over the word now to Anton Varela Turon. He is a Santiago project manager.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Katerina. Good morning, everyone, members of the jury and those who follow the Gala online in YouTube channel. First of all, we would like to congratulate the Supreme Audit Office of the PREC for their fantastic project, and we wish them every success. For us, won this award and be here before all of you representing the City Council of Santiago de Compostela is something we did not expect. A small city with less than 100,000 of inhabitants from a corner of Spain and competing against Prague is a great achievement. Therefore, on behalf of all the people involved in the Santiago project, we would like to thank all the members of the jury for choosing the Santiago as the winner of the Innovation Procurement of the Year. We are still extremely proud to have been able to place a small city in a region like Galicia in Spain as a benchmark of innovation at the European level. We would like to thank the Spanish Minister of Science and the Xunta de Galicia, that is our regional government, for their support to this project. And finally, I want to invite you, all of you, to come to visit this wonderful city, Santiago de Compostela, and you can see all the innovation achievement that we made in this project, that is Santiago. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your kind words. And I see that you indeed have the trophy there on the table. If you could show it into the camera, and basically a round of applause from everyone who likes to use the reaction buttons. Thank you again. Great that you joined us. I'm looking forward. Oh, there was an applause happening. That's lovely. Yeah, thank you so much. We also have another winner, Katharina, right? We call it runner-up, but as I mentioned before, and it's sometimes so hard to decide. And I remember our discussions in this category, which was indeed very intense. So we have here, of course, the winner and the runner-up, but everybody is a winner today. Katharina, what was the story of the Supreme Audit Office?
Well, our impression was, so thank you very much for giving me the word again, and for being able to make a short laudatio for the Supreme Audit Office. What impressed us most was that you had the clear wish to have a near net zero or a net zero energy consumption as the main aim of the new Supreme Audit Office. And it was mentioned by our friends from Santiago. It was so important to have the political support. And I believe that was a very, very important sentence. We are always saying that if you don't have political support for your innovation, for your sustainable procurement, you won't get there. It will be very difficult for you to be ready to take some risks that are involved in innovation procurement, in sustainable procurement. And what we particularly liked is that you used sort of offensively pre-tender market consultations, which are often considered, oh no, we're not that sure because they might impede on the impartiality later. They might give an undue advantage to some tenderers. While market consultations are actually absolutely essential if led in the right and competitive way for public authorities who cannot be experts in all areas in which they're supposed to procure, to be able to gauge the market, to be able to find out what can we actually do. And although that's a tool that's been there for a long time, so is as such not innovative, it can lead to finding the innovation solutions that we actually need. And so a small thing can have big consequences. And I suppose you also dare to do that because you're the audit office yourself. So you didn't really fear that you might be bashed by yourself for having done these kind of market consultations. And it's giving encouragement to other public procurers who fear this kind of engagement with the market. And the second thing that we really liked is that you brought to fruition what we always preach, is talking about a longer life of the public building and the lowest life cycle costs that are possible by using as much recycled material, something that in construction we are still far off of doing as much as we could. And therefore, and in the use being net zero. So combining all these requirements for construction together in one building is what impressed us, and what we don't see that often, unfortunately, and would like to have is much more often a good practice. So thank you very much for having entered the competition and having given us the possibility to award you today the prize of the runner-up of the Innovation Procurement of the Year.
Thank you. Big applause also from my side to you, the colleagues there from the Czech Republic. I have information, if this is correct, that you did indeed receive a parcel. So you're invited, of course, to open it and also show us your awards. But first of all, I would like to hand over the floor now to Miroslav Kala from NKU Supreme Audit Office President. The floor is yours.
Dear Philip, dear Katarina, dear all friends and ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here and to be on the second place in this category. So first of all, I would like to congratulate to the winners, to the City Council of Santiago de Compostela, which is a source of great inspiration to all of us. And I wish them all the best. The role of the Supreme Audit Office is to independently perform audits of the management of state funds. We audit whether the state spends funds for the benefit of its citizens and for their future. As we audit others, we ourselves have to lead by example. And this was simple idea, which was behind the public procurement of our new head office. We are constructing the building now, which is for people and for their future. And because a picture is worth 1,000 words, I will show you a very short video, please.
To jsou důvody, proč výstavba sídla NKU Poslanecké sněmovny postoupila do užšího výběru projektů soutěže Procura Plus Award. Ve 4 kategoriích soutěží inovativní a udržitelné zakázky veřejného sektoru
Máme zde vlastně pasivní dům, který nebude potřebovat téměř žádnou energii a bude soběstačný.
Dopravy do betonárny se snížila uhlíková stopa budovy o 2,5 CO2. Budova počítá se zelenou střechou i stěnami, retenčními nádržemi na srážkovou vodu, nabíječkami na elektrokola a elektromobily i geotermálními vrty.
Slouží nejenom k topení, ale oni slouží hlavně v létě k chlazení, protože dnešní budovy spotřebovávají více energie na chlazení, nikoli topení. To, co zde dříve bylo, tak jsme vytěžili, štěrk jsme použili do základu, betony jsme rozdrtili tady na místě a použili jsme je na vybudování cest.
V polovině srpna vybere odborná porota soutěže Procura Plus Award 2 finalisty v každé kategorii. A cena pro vítěze?
Pro nás toho splyne spíše poučení, možnost sdílet informace o projektu s ostatními, vyměňovat si zkušenosti. Není to o nějakých soškách.
Thank you so much, and a big round of applause to you and your colleagues and everybody. And there's also the runners-up packet. Thanks for sharing also your video, having talked to you people about the Procura Plus Awards of weekly, and with the support of the European Commission. That's very much appreciated. Thank you so much. This concludes our category on innovation procurement of the year. Please grab a coffee. Stay hydrated. That's halftime, right? And the good news is that all the postal services for the next categories did work, right? So we should see more trophies and appearing on screen. We will now go to the next category, outstanding innovation ICT procurement. In this category, we do have 2 entries that reach the final stage. One is from the Barcelona Provincial Council in Spain, and the other one is from the Murcia Health Service in Spain. I must say there's quite some innovation happening in Spain. And if I compare a couple of things now in our pandemic to how things are working in my country, then I would say, yes, that's right. So that they are on screen there. Thanks for both of you handing in your applications. We do recognize here in this category outstanding application of procurement of innovation and pre-commercial procurement of information and communication technologies. So you all know you're handy. That's of course part of ICT, but maybe there are other appliances also in ICT that you will discover in those categories. We will see. The finalists in this category are the Barcelona Provincial Council with the promotion of a tender for innovation for the local telecare service of the Barcelona Provincial Council. This provides direct and regular support to its local and especially vulnerable population. Murcia Health Service is in this category for the new demand-driven co-creation model called In Demand that helps to procure innovation in public organizations. Two topics, very relevant, telemedicine and also market engagement, hot topics in the field of strategic public procurement. I'm really keen to see those stories running out, getting replicated again. And I would like to hand over the floor now to Erika Bosai, who is a Senior Policy Advisor at Infrastructure and Public Procurement Division of the OECD, to announce who is the winner. Erika, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Philippe. First of all, I would like to thank you that OECD was invited to the jury this year again. And of course, it's also a great pleasure to me that I can represent OECD in the jury and also in this opening ceremony. And as you, Philippe, just mentioned, at OECD, we are promoting the strategic use of public procurement for so many years now. And of course, it's amazing to see the practical implementation of all those principles and approaches that we are promoting. So for this reason, it's really a great honor to us to be here and that we were able to look at all these proposals in depth. And currently, we are working a lot with some OECD countries on ICT procurement, especially. So how strategic public procurement can support all those digitalization efforts that we can see on the level of the government, also on the level, of course, regions and municipalities. And we are promoting a lot needs assessment, early market engagement, co-creation, and so on and so on. And we were really happy to see that all these approaches are reflected in the submissions and are implemented in the practice. So for this reason, I'm really thrilled that I can announce the winner of the category for the outstanding innovation in ICT procurement. And the winner is Murcia Health Service. So congratulations. And if you allow me, I would like to briefly summarize why the jury choose Murcia Health Service as the winner for this category. So we really appreciate it, first of all, that procurers from 3 different European regions, such as Murcia in Spain, Paris in France, and Oulu in Finland, joined forces to test a new co-creation model as an alternative to pre-commercial procurement. This new co-creation model is called In Demand, which is basically a new demand-driven co-creation model. And this model helps to procure innovation in public organizations, and especially procuring innovative technologies. And we know that all these kind of innovative technologies can change really rapidly, for example, digital solutions. And what was also really attractive for us in this submission, that Murcia Health Service was among those 22 innovation projects which have tested this model, and they already made a full procurement. So they already finalized the procurement, and that's why it was also seeable or visible the impacts and the effects of this model. So they made a full procurement of EPICO, Epilepsy Communication Channel. They undertook a 5-month co-creation process with neurologists and patients and created an all-in-one app which uses the in-demand model to identify the challenge of improving accessibility and follow-up with epileptic patients. And it successfully increased patient satisfaction by 50% and led to an improvement in quality of life for these patients. The jury particularly valued the importance of the co-creation process and the really extensive and thorough needs assessment, which show how the market and the users can work together in this rapidly evolving digital field. And finally, the jury also particularly valued the high potential for replicability on both national and EU level. So we hope that this model will be somehow replicated again in other regions or by other municipalities or in other countries. So congratulations again to the winner.
Thank you so much, Erika, for your great laudatio there. I think you summarized this very, very well what we were awarding the winner in this category there. I do remember having read through the application, having read it again, and I was quite there a bit with open mouth. So without an open mouth, but with a full team today here at the ceremony, Irene Villegas from Murcia Health Service and colleagues, the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Philip, and thank you, Erika, for your kind words. On behalf of my colleagues from the Project and Innovation Department of the Murcia Health Service, I want to say thank you so much for this award. We are both surprised and excited by it. We are very grateful to ICLEI for the nomination and deeply honored to be the winners of this Procura Plus Awards edition. The head of Murcia Health Service, Dr. Francisco Ponce, hasn't been able to attend, but he would like to express his gratitude as well. Here we have Jorge González. He's the director of the cluster TIC Biomed, they're experts in digital health. And Dr. Luis Contreras is the manager of the Projects and Innovation Department. Well, in fact, our digital solution that Erika described perfectly for people with epilepsy, aka EPICO, is one of the best examples of the in-demand project. An example of co-creation. It's a result of a really hard work involving clinical practitioners, mostly in this case, neurologists of Cartagena Hospital, patients, a small tech company that I would like to acknowledge as well. It's Procurement. And everything was coordinated by the Projects and Innovation Department of the Murcia Health Service. So especially by Dr. Gorka Sanchez, who unfortunately couldn't be here today because of previous commitments. Anyway, we are very grateful for the acknowledgement of a successful teamwork, and would like to also to congratulate all the other finalists as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much indeed. Do you have the trophy? Yeah, that's a trophy. And the trophy there. So big applause from my side there. Thank you. Congratulations to Murcia for winning in the category Outstanding Innovation in ICT Procurement. And of course, here we have another winner, right? So our runner-up in this category, also from Spain. It's about telecare, local services. Erika, what is the story behind this?
Yeah, thank you very much, Philip. Yes, indeed, we have another winner here. And as you mentioned, it seems that Spain is somehow a big champion in innovation in ICT procurement especially. So as you can see, the runner-up of the category Outstanding Innovation in ICT Procurement is Barcelona Provincial Council, again from Spain. A big congratulations to you as well. And I think the jury also really enjoyed reading this submission. As I mentioned, we found several really good elements in the application. Katarina also mentioned in her intervention that it was really good to see that all those elements that we are usually promoting at the OECD or at the European Commission can be implemented in the practice. The Barcelona Provincial Council, through its local telecare service, provides direct and regular support to its local population, especially vulnerable people. The Council set the ambition to improve its telecare services. And after having carried out a thorough needs assessment, they published a results-oriented tender for innovation. It successfully involved more than 300 municipalities. I want to emphasize the number of the municipalities who were involved in this project, because I think it's a really nice example how to join forces for a really good purpose. The selected contractor already started the implementation of the contract in May 2021. So again, it was a successful public procurement. The innovation includes new IP technology to improve the different intensities of the service for its users and to integrate new digital technology. We found in the jury that this is a really great example of how public procurement can drive the development of a digital product, a digital service that will make life easier for a large number of users. And the jury also especially valued the innovative way of addressing the specific needs of vulnerable people. We also valued that the procurement, the Council made a really great combination of social impact and innovation, but they also incorporated environmental considerations. And finally, the whole project contributed successfully to the digitalization of public services. So once again, congratulations to Barcelona Provincial Council.
Thank you so much, Erika, and congratulations to you. Runner-up in the category Outstanding Innovation and ICT. And I have also the news that you should have received your package, so we'll be able to maybe show also your trophy. I would like to hand over the floor to Pachi Rivas, head of the Telecare Local Service of the Social Welfare Department, Barcelona Provincial Council.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations first to the people of Murcia Health Service. It's an honor to have a recognition in these awards, a relevant initiative because they give value to the importance of sustainable and innovative public procurement. The procurement process is a key action regarding the quality of the service provision in a context of increasing public-private collaboration. Through the Telecare contract, our contract, that creates a public-private partnership, we are moving towards a collaborative model with a strong social impact. We have been able to link the digital transition of the service with an innovative advanced telecare model based in new technology, a model that puts the person-centered attention into practice with a personal and flexible care plan with measurable results. A model that integrates technologies to improve the quality of life of people at home through early detection and prediction of needs using artificial intelligence. In this way, we are building a more proactive and effective model to meet the needs of each person and to improve local care policies. This is a telecare of the future that we want and we are working for. A model that also tackles the challenge of universal accessibility, adapting technology to the diversity of needs, and thus putting into practice the principle that no one is left behind. Finally, I want to emphasize that we think this model is scalable and has the potential to be shared and applied in other contexts, taking into account that the aging population and the sustainability of care are common challenges in Europe. I want to highlight that all this is based on innovative and sustainable public procurement, looking for co-responsibility. In addition, I would like especially to highlight the role that the local administration can play as agent of innovation, and therefore it's an honor from Diputación de Barcelona to encourage municipalities and local bodies to promote governance, innovation, and social value in the public procurement and provision of services. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pachi. And I think you have, did the trophy arrive? Do you have it at hand? There it is. You can show it also to the camera there. Congrats again. Yeah. Thanks for being with us today and for celebrating the Procure Plus Awards 2021. We've reached the final category of the award scheme, which is the category Sustainable Procurement of the Year. In tradition of ICLEI, which has the term sustainability in its title of the organization, and of course, it's an organization that started just before Rio de Janeiro, addressing sustainability and local action together. It's really interesting, and we are very proud to have this category in the award scheme here that is focusing in a nutshell on a concept that is old, got dusted, got renovated, got polished, and in my personal opinion, very important as those times of change to get a clear direction and strong leadership involving and addressing the challenges that we face. In this category, we again look at public procurement. So again, into the practical level of contracts, right? Award criteria, technical specification. How did it run in practice after suppliers were awarded? All those type of things we read about, we talked about, and we award now. We have 3 candidates in this category. The city of Copenhagen, together with the city of Odense in Denmark, they handed in a joint application. By the way, a remark, this year's awards particularly focus on the European dimension or the inter-municipal dimension, or both. So we've seen so many applications that do really work in teamwork for the European project. And I would like to congratulate you taking this initiative. So City of Copenhagen or Odense, Denmark, South Moravian region in Czech Republic, and a Dinan agglomeration in France. In Copenhagen and Odense, they are using the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as a roadmap in public food procurement. In South Moravian region, they identified the need to build a new sanitarium for children with respiratory diseases and challenged the market with the ambition of making it as aesthetic, user-friendly, and energy efficient as possible. And in the Dinan agglomeration, they were looking into the low environmental impact cleaning and associated services. What would we do without cleaning services? I think then we would have a huge problem. So it's interesting stories here. And I think you're as excited as we are to find out who will be the winner in this category. I would like to hand over to my dear colleague, Mark Hidson, who's the Global Director of ICLEI's Sustainable Procurement Center. The floor is yours, Mark.
Thank you very much, Philip. I've got my envelope. Potentially should be gold rather than silver, and I'm still waiting for my ceremony bag, Philip, as a participant with champagne and goodies.
Yeah. Took a note on this, right? Will be delivered, I guess, also with German Postal Services later.
Okay, it's in the post. Well, then I'm going to announce the winner of the category Sustainable Procurement of the Year, and this goes to the city of Copenhagen and the city of Odense. So congratulations. The judges were impressed, I think, with all the applications, not just for this category, all the categories, as you've heard. And this is a joint application that did stand out. The key reasons, well, the city of Copenhagen, as you heard, used the UN SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, as a compass to introduce additional environmental and social considerations into their food procurement. Copenhagen has already reached 90% organic food across all public meals, which is pretty good already. And they still aim to further reduce CO2 emissions from food procurement by 2025. So this was also a successful example of cooperation among cities, which I think is absolutely key for replication. Through the Danish National Network of Food Procurement Officers, I think it was, the city of Copenhagen came across this SDG tool made by the city of Odense, which helped to create an SDG roadmap. And then this was used for their tender. The tender itself contains specific demands, criteria for sustainability, with a focus on requirements being measurable, which I think is also key to show what we're achieving. The jury valued the co-creation process, the market dialogue, the use of the SDGs as a common language around sustainability. And this is bringing, I think, Copenhagen one step closer to being the first carbon neutral capital city, which is something they're aiming to achieve. So congratulations to the city of Copenhagen and city of Odense.
Thank you so much. I have the information that you also did receive a parcel and a package, so you're welcome to open and have it with you now. And I would like to invite Cecilie Schwarz-Forby, I hope I pronounced it more or less correctly, Head of Public Procurement of the City of Odense, to have a speech, followed by Nikolai Krag-Petersen, who's a Resource Director of the City of Copenhagen. The floor is yours.
Thank you, and thank you for the award. First of all, I would really like to thank for the award and the award that Odense and Copenhagen have decided to apply for together. My name is Cecilia, I'm Head of Public Procurement in the municipality of Odense. And before I hand the microphone over to our partners from Copenhagen, I would like briefly to introduce you to our tool that we have created in Odense. We call the tool our Sdg Dialogue Document. And it all started with the Sustainable Development Goals. And when they were adopted, the municipality of Odense decided that we wanted to raise awareness from our suppliers and push the market in a more sustainable direction. Based on our Sdg Dialogue Document, we have developed a strong method that ensures a holistic integration of the Sustainable Development Goals. And through our public procurement, we can influence our suppliers for more sustainable solutions and a positive developments. I think that it's a strong example on how we can all take small steps in the right direction by working together and learn from each other. And before I will pass the talk to Nikolai from Copenhagen, I would like to thank Procura for the initiative and once again to help raise awareness and contribute to better and more sustainable corporations. And then I would like to introduce Nikolai Krag-Petersen, Director of Resources at the Children and Youth Administration of Copenhagen, who will tell about the tool that they have created for contract managing. Go ahead, Nikolai.
Thank you for that, Cecile, and thank you for thank you to the Procura Plus for this award. It is a pleasure to work with Odense, and we are happy that we can share knowledge through the National Procurement Office network that we chair. It is also through this network that we became aware of the Sdg Dialogue Document, which inspired us to develop it further into our SDG roadmap. The roadmap was part of the tender and had to be completed by the suppliers in order to fulfill the criteria set by us in the tender, but also allowing the suppliers to describe how they work with sustainability and positive green development in their own company. The roadmap will be used during the contract period to follow up on the sustainable criteria set in the tender and document their effects. In Copenhagen, the politicians have set very high standards for how they would like to support an even greener transition. And we are proud to be part of implementing this through our organic food tender, which includes requirements for transportation, packaging, climate-friendly and sustainable food. Once again, thank you for the award. It encouraged us to continue our targeted work on achieving an even greener procurement in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. If you have your trophy, you can show it into the camera now. There it is. It is a certificate. I see it. Congratulations again for winning the category Sustainable Procurement of the Year. And I would like to highlight again, this is teamwork here. This is on a national level. Also the collaboration via networking and exchange, which we at ICLE, of course, strongly support and also bring to the European level where relevant and suitable. So thank you very much. Enjoy this, winning this category. We would like to continue announcing the runner-up. And this category is a bit more special. You've seen already there. We have 3, and you will see in a second why this is the case. So I would like to hand over the floor again to my colleague Mark for announcing the runner-up.
Thank you, Philip. Yes, the runner-up category, Sustainable Procurement of the Year, is the Dinan agglomeration. So here's a brief overview of the work that they've done. I mean, in connection with the mission of the Climate, Air and Energy Plan developed by Dinan, the agglomeration aimed to contract cleaning services that do not harm the environment, support access to employment, and enable companies of different sizes to apply. So there was an initial market engagement in order to identify the real capacities of companies to meet the criteria they set, both in the environmental and social aspects. The tender was also divided into different lots, different sizes. I think it was 3 lots, aiming at supply diversification. So the jury valued a holistic approach in terms of the environmental and social considerations, categorizing cleaning services as sector purchase based on functionality and not just criteria. Its success changed the way the municipality now procures cleaning services, and it's now focused much more on the quality-based framework agreement that was developed. And of course, what's most important, it's achieved a significant reduction of indoor air pollutants and a decrease in water consumption. So this is also the key outcome of any procurement for this category, is how is it impacting on the environment and social aspects. So congratulations.
Thank you so much indeed. And dear colleagues from Dinan and France, it's a pleasure to have you here today. If I'm not mistaken, we have Mr. Gauthier, who's the Vice President of the Dinan agglomeration with us. So I would like to invite you to show your trophy and have your speech now.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. We are very honored to be a finalist and second runner-up for this Sustainable Procurement of the Year prize. I would like to thank the ICLE Procura Plus network for your commitment to sustainable development, for organizing these awards, and also like to thank people behind me, including the Reseco network, which Dinan Agglomeration is a member of, and which will help with this kind of purchase. And if we are here today, it's also because we have these 3 local companies, Solvinet, Property, and La Fond Nettoyage, who have been responding to our needs and have well executed the market. Finally, also many thanks to the staff of Guinan Agglomération from several departments. They have managed to work in a collaborative manner, in a collective manner across departments. And especially our infrastructure department, the heads and the assistants of our local offices for supervising the implementation of the contracts by the companies. And thanks to the energy, climate change affairs staff for helping with air quality measurement, and to the staff of the purchasing department, who has been eager to develop a strategy in favor of sustainable sourcing and purchasing on both social, economic, and environmental subjects. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot to you and all your colleagues there. That's so great to see you already in a grouped up in a group picture, coming together, celebrating this. Yes, there's a certificate, and we celebrate here our winners. Thanks for joining today, and good luck with the implementation of all your strategy and services. And we hope it's not the last time that we do see each other here also when it comes to implementation of sustainable public procurement. So, Mark, we have one entity, persons, people, region left here, right? Has been announced. So what do we do with here now? Could you help me out?
I can, yes. Well, this is the honorable mention category for the Sustainable Procurement of the Year. We have the honorable mentions because it's sometimes very difficult to judge between the applications. They're all of high quality when we suddenly get to the finalists. And in particular, with some of the applications that we go through, there are some specific areas that really require a mention, even if they don't win overall. So this is why we have the honorable mention category. And this goes to the South Moravian region. Now, the reason for this, well, first of all, the South Moravian region identified the need to build a new sanitarium for children with respiratory diseases. The tender gave the market the opportunity to show the best they can offer, both to make the building aesthetic, user-friendly, and energy efficient as possible. So again, preliminary market consultation was introduced, which led to the procedure of a combined several procurement methods, so that the bidders with an opportunity could come up with the innovative and efficient solutions. So the initiative was highly valued by the jury for including the following: the design, user-friendliness, circularity, reusable and recyclable products, smart solutions, energy efficiency, and fair and safe conditions in the supply chains. So covering a lot of areas. Additionally, the tender also pushed the market, which is also quite key. This is what doing public procurement should be about. And it pushed the market to provide more integrated and more sustainable practices. So congratulations. It's an honorable mention, but it's absolutely important and key what you've done.
Thank you so much indeed. So join me in celebrating also the honorable mention of 2021 Procure Plus Awards. I would like to give the floor to you, Jakob Banner, and colleague.
Thank you. We greet you from the South Moravian region, and we are very pleased that our project of Children's Sanatorium has impressed the expert jury, and that we can participate today in the award ceremony and even receive the award. At the same time, we are glad that our colleagues from the Supreme Audit Office are here with us because in the Czech Republic, socially and environmentally responsible approach to public procurement is an important topic which is gradually developing, and it's great that we can give it a further boost today by showing that Czech projects are interesting and competitive at European level.
And of course, we would like to take this moment to thank all those who have been involved in preparation of our procurement. and to those who are cooperating in the construction of the sanatorium. These include the staff of the Children's Sanatorium itself, experts from the University Center for Energy Efficient Buildings, the design competition specialist, Mr. David Mikulášek, the construction manager in WIM company, and the BIM manager, Mr. Tomáš Čermák. And finally, our thanks go to the selected contractor, the Association of Test Construction Company, Adam River Architects, and NSA Energy Services Company, and to other participants in the tender procedure as well. All these people and companies and their active and responsible approach help us to develop our idea and bring us closer to our goal, which is construction of a modern, well-functioning and sustainable treatment center for children. Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed, and congratulations again to the honorable mention of the Procura Plus Awards 2021. We reached the end of our ceremony, of our categories. It's now time to shine, to switch on the camera, the backlight, the trophies in hand, clearly visible. So please all prepare yourself for the group picture that is taken by my colleague Jon. And Jon, we are just looking for further instructions from your side, and tell me once you are ready.
Well, it would be good if everyone indeed puts on their camera, everyone who can, of course, not all have. And I just want to note that on YouTube, we were quite well watched. We were consistently having over 30, sometimes even 40 views on our live stream, which was much more than we expected. And yes, so this is going very well. And yes, please turn on your camera. Does not everyone have the camera? Mia Herzon, do you not have a camera? And Marcus Lukin? Hello, SAO Czech Republic. That's, well, I will take the picture now. Thank you. I have taken the picture. And I will see if I can send it in the chat.
Lovely. Then thank you so much for attending this year's Procura Plus Awards 2021 ceremony. I hope it was the last edition that we run online, but time will tell. At the award ceremony is always before the next round of awards. So I would like to kindly invite you to check out procuraplus.org and stay tuned with us. Maybe subscribe to our newsletter to find out when we will start with a call for next applications, which will be by end of this year. And I would like to also thank again all jury members for the dedication and time of going through each and every application. So a big applause to you when you spend your time, and colleagues in the background there. That's really appreciated. I would like to thank all finalists for joining today. It was really a pleasure to have you around. I would like to thank also German Postal Services for handing out at least to the border the trophies, and I hope that they will arrive sooner than later at the destination where we did not get them yet. Send us a picture via email so that we can include it once you have them. And this is the Procura Plus Awards. We look forward to see you in person at one of the other clay event, hopefully in the next year. Stay tuned, stay healthy, and enjoy a great day. Thank you very much.